All right, so let's hear a little bit about you from when you were little.
The first I remember was when I was 5 years old and my first day, 6 years old and my first day in school. We were living in a little brick home in a little development that was just built, new home, and I started that there at Barron Hill, was the school, elementary school. And then my father bought ground around the corner from that, which kept me in the school, same school, went to that school for the 8 years, elementary school, and my father had built a house and we moved in there. And that's basically where I was raised. It was in the country. We had woods behind us, and my father put up all kinds of ropes so we could be Tarzan and swing on the ropes. And he built me a house where I had a kitchen and a living room, and I had my dolls outside. And stayed close to home. We were country people. There was nothing there but a farm with an outhouse when we first started out there. That was what was in the neighborhood. No stores. You had to go to Norristown or Roxborough to get to any stores. And that's basically very quiet, comfy life with my mom and dad and my brother. It was the four of us. And I had another brother that wasn't living there. He was older. And that took me through elementary school, and it was a very, very, very laid-back country school. And then I had to go to high school, and there was no high school in our area. So they told me I needed to go to Norristown High, which was felt like I can't tell you how that changes a person's life from elementary country school to a big high school. Norristown was a big town. And traveling to get to there was not easy. And went through that, and in 11th grade, my girlfriend got a car. She came down, picked me up every day, so from that point on, my life got a lot better, easier with her, because it took me an hour, a good hour, and that was driving in a bus for half an hour and walking a good half an hour, at least 3 miles to get to school. I had to walk. So when she got a car, we celebrated and started getting in trouble. And our last year was kind of ornery and fun. No big deal, but we did stupid things.
Like what?
Playing hooky, but there was four of us, and back then there was different atmosphere in schools. So as soon as the four of us weren't in school, the teachers would know, and they would call our mothers before we even got where we were going in the car, and they knew that we hookied before. So we did try that a couple times and tried doing it with like two of us instead of four and two other ones, and they were great girls. I'm still friendly with these girls. We're all still together, and they still live up in Norristown, and I just saw them recently. I was sitting in my car, and I was waiting for them to pull up to a restaurant where we were meeting in Norristown, and I had my one leg half out of the car, and I was half in the car, and they drove by and they said, "Oh, there's Arlene. We know her by her leg." Whatever that means, I don't know. And that's my girlfriends. I'm very attached to them because we know so much about each other from all these years. After high school, I started working. Was not a happy camper with that.
What was your first job?
I worked as a secretary in a Venetian blind store down on Ogons Avenue, in Philadelphia, down Staten Avenue. Then I met Bob, and my girlfriend told me she wanted me to go to the gas station with her. We would drive to work, take turns, and she said, "I'm going to drive because I'm going to get gas because I want you to meet this fella. He has bedroom-looking eyes."
Whoa.
He was gorgeous. He was gorgeous. And I didn't see the bedroom-looking eyes, but we ended up getting married. And along came Lisa, along came Tina, and the four of us had our dreams. And we fulfilled many of them, all of them.
Yeah.
We really did.
And then what about your grandkids?
Then my grandkids started. My first one is Jenna May. First love of my life, and then many after that. And when she was born, I was in the room with her mom, and the first thing she did when she was born was I put my finger up to her hand and she squeezed my finger. That was the first moment with Jenna May. And then it just went from there down the line, and they were all such joys. They're all major, all my grandchildren.
And that
All my
was-
grandchildren are major. And then the grandchildren. That's the grandchildren. And then the great-grandchildren. And there's 5. We've got 5 now. And it makes me laugh and smile just thinking about all of my family. You don't get any more fortunate than I am.